Bye.
Wow, where do I even get started? Okay, what is up, guys? My name is Stormic, or you can call me Jonah or Victor. Honestly, I have 3 different names. You can call me whatever. And I don't really know how to start. I don't know what to say, really. Except for the fact that the last time I made a video, and I'm not talking about a teaser or a trailer to me coming back to YouTube. I mean, I'm talking about a legitimate video of me talking face to face with the camera. It's been well over 2 years, and it's been well over 2 years that I've really uploaded on YouTube. It's been that long of a time, and it's crazy, There's been so much that has happened between that time and now. A lot of good things, a lot of bad things, a lot of really bad things, but a lot of really good things. And, I guess in this video, before I really, start really making the videos I always do, I think it's important I make this video just to talk face to face with what happened with me, my life, everything that's happened, and, why I didn't upload either, that's part of the things I want to address in this video is just what happened, what happened all that time. And I guess the other thing I kind of want to address is And the other thing I wanted to address in this video is what's going to be new in this channel, what's not going to be new, is there going to be a new series, is my channel content going to still remain the same, what's going to be different, and all of that I'm going to be addressing by the end of this video. But really what I want to talk about is what happened between all that time, all the good things, all the bad things, and what caused me to not upload. And that's really what I really want to talk about in the video. It's what it's really all about. So I guess we're going to go ahead and get started. So let's go. So I guess I'm going to go ahead and resume all the way to COVID, because during this time, that was when I came back to YouTube. And quite possibly the longest I've ever stayed consistent on YouTube in this channel. I had a total of maybe like 8 to 10 videos I was uploading on a consistently basis every week. And it was going really good, except for many things, and some of these things that caused me to not want to upload are things outside of YouTube, things in my life. During COVID, it was a very horrible time for me, and I know I'm not the only one who's gone through it. A lot of other people, a lot of kids especially, went through a hard time in COVID. Now, it's not necessarily COVID per se that made things hard, because let's be honest, not having to come in person in school, and kind of just being able to do whatever you want in the house is kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie. You can play video games, you can just kind of do whatever you really want to do. But online school says otherwise. Online school, how do I even start with that? Yeah, if I really have to say, it wasn't COVID that made, kids go through a hard time, but it was really online school, because let's just be real, nobody liked online school. I don't think anybody enjoyed it. I honestly see it as something really unnecessary and just kind of ridiculous, because I don't think anybody had to go through that, but unfortunately everybody had to. And that's what happened to me. It really gave me a lot of, stress, and it made things really hard for me. Now, don't get me wrong, it already started before I even came back to YouTube, but that was because I was just building up motivation to want to come back. 2 things I really wanted to get started with. I was YouTube and trying to work out. I didn't necessarily work out that much in COVID, not really, but I did manage to come back to YouTube, and that was one thing I did generally enjoy doing. And these things that happen, outside of YouTube are half the reasons why I don't upload, why I didn't upload. The other half is really just me. So I guess we're going to go to when I started to not upload anymore. It was around the time of, I guess I was making like a Yu-Gi-Oh card video, and I think around that time I started to kind of stress out making videos, because I had so much going on with online school, and I wasn't catching up with grades. I was doing really bad and poorly on it, Yeah, I generally hated online school. It gave me a lot of stress. There was also a lot of other issues I was dealing with at the time that was making things hard for me as well. It was nothing in the house, nothing, with family or anything, but just other issues that I was dealing with other than online school that was making things really hard for me to want to upload on YouTube. Because this is a really important thing about when you make videos, is that, at least for me, I don't like having to fake my attitude. If I'm in a bad mood, I don't upload. If I'm really just full on depressed, if I'm sad, I don't really want to make a video. But if I'm hyped, I'm happy, I'm feeling good, I'm chilling, I make a video, because I'm just in a good mood. But, if I'm going through a really hard time, it's hard to really keep consistent with that and then keeping on a happy face when you make a video, 'cause I don't like having to do that. So that was half the reason why I didn't really want to upload anymore. The other half was really just me. What happened with me is that I just got really lazy, Everybody gets lazy in their own way, and that's what happened to me. I just got lazy. I didn't really feel like uploading. At the same time, I did want to, but, I kind of did take these things, I was going through kind of as an excuse, and I just didn't really want to do anything with my life at the time. I wasn't really doing anything productive or anything like that, and that's pretty much what caused me to not want to upload, And I guess in that entire time period, it was a really hard time in my life. I had to deal with so many problems, even after COVID was over, even before COVID, which was even the cause of why I didn't even come back during that time. It's just all the times of me not uploading was because of me going through a hard time. But what happened during COVID, half the reason was also just my fault, because I just got lazy and I really did kind of take part of the things I was going through as an excuse. Now, I don't want to say that uploading is like a task, but when you go through a hard time, you don't really feel like wanting to do it anymore. And that's what was going on with me. I started to take it as these videos as more of a task than instead of just, something to enjoy, something fun to do as a hobby, but I didn't. So that's pretty much what gave me a lot of more stress when I tried to make a video. And so after that happened, I just stopped. I pretty much stopped. But I actually did upload one video. It was something like, I'm not going to be coming back for a long time, or it was something like that. And pretty much it was just a short video of me saying that I'm not going to upload because I'm going through a really depressing time. Especially during that time, during the times of January, December, and February. They were probably the most depressing time I was going through during COVID. And yeah, it was just downright horrible. So I'm going to fast forward. And let's just go to maybe the end of online school. So this was like, I believe in May, right? Yeah, like in late May. So it was over. It was a really huge stress on my back, but I managed to pass my classes, and that was the thing of the past. Not only was online school over, but there was also other issues I had going on. Nothing in the house, nothing, with family or whatever, but I had many issues going on besides online school that I was going through, and those things were also, pretty much gone. They were a thing of the past. So now I have a whole 2-month summer to enjoy myself, and that's what I did. I took advantage of it. I pretty much didn't really, do anything but play games, and that was really it. But, I needed it because there was really nothing else, I wanted to force myself to do. I just wanted to give myself a comfort zone, and that was really it. So I guess we're going to go ahead and go to senior year, and pretty much my last year of high school. I couldn't believe it. It just felt like, we're already here in person. First time I was in school for almost a year and a half. It felt very surreal at first, but I can say that the first 3 weeks of high school, coming back to it, were pretty good. And during those 3 weeks, I started to pretty much develop, which is what I'm pretty much going through right now. I grew motivated, determined, and just generally, I generally just started to feel pretty happy, So that's what happened, and I actually uploaded 2 teasers. The first one being just like a teaser for a trailer, and that's pretty much what was going on, basically. I made those 2 videos of me coming back, except that I didn't come back. And I didn't come back at all. And what happened during that time, for anybody wondering, because I came back and I actually still received a lot of support from it, but I never came back. what happened during this time wasn't necessarily my fault, but there was something that happened, and it completely threw me off. It pretty much brought me down when I shouldn't have done, when I shouldn't have. I don't want to get, specific in what happened, but it wasn't really, a thing that made me, happy. It was just just something that was just, why this had to happen, and it sucked. But, I could have just ignored it and keep moving forward, but I didn't, and I pretty much let it bring me down. That's pretty much what happened. So after that happened, let's just say for the entire school year, it was just pretty much boring and depressing, Not depressing to a full extent, but it was just really boring, and I honestly kind of hated it. Until we get into the middle of the year, because I actually decided to join a sport, and I joined track. Now, when I really look back in high school, honestly, the only time in high school I genuinely enjoyed was track. That was really it. I was in it before, so I joined again, and it was honestly the only thing I looked forward to in school. It was really something I enjoyed doing. I loved it, I really do. And it kind of did help me out with some issues, it did. Until, the season was over, and now we go to graduating, because that's pretty much what happens. I graduate, and, there's a lot of things I am thinking of, because I'm still not, happy, of everything that's happened. There's a lot of things of issues that I just couldn't let go of, a lot of things that happened in the past, and I just can't seem to get over it. So after I graduated, that's pretty much what was in my head 24/7, which is many things, a lot of mistakes I made in the past I wish I could redo, but I can't. Bottom line, the first 6 months after graduating high school were extremely depressing and boring. And they were depressing because I wasn't doing anything with my life. Part of it was my fault because I just couldn't let go of things in the past, They were pretty much haunting me, I never tell anybody a lot of these problems, not even my own family, not even my own friends, but there's just many issues that I have to go through, and I never really got it out of my head, I'm still just fighting old enemies, and when it's nothing but a thing in the past. And that's what I was going through. And there were so many issues I had at the time. I wasn't working. The worst part of it was just how lonely I was. I barely had any money. I barely had, any friends after high school. There was really nobody I could have really have come to. At the same time, there was, but I kind of decided not to. But then again, I just felt like I didn't really have a lot of people to come to. I barely had anybody, really, except for my family, and that was really it. So I just stay completely depressed. I'm looking at, all these other people, all these other college kids enjoying their life, just partying and partying, and they're just enjoying it, They're just enjoying many aspects in their life. They got things going on for them. They're working on their majors, for sports, for, anything such as that to better and improve their life, while I'm here stuck in the same position, going nowhere in life, because all I did was play games, and that was it. I didn't really do anything else besides play games, and that was really it. I would work out time to time during this period, but not really to the point where it was a real consistency. I would just work out if I felt like it, and that was pretty much it. But anyways, back to December, I finally started working for the first time. Now, I never really liked the stereotype of having to work till I'm 50 or 60 or having to think of a retirement plan. I never liked the idea. I feel like, in my opinion, I think everybody should have the full-on, opportunity to explore, enjoy their life, do all these fun things instead of just working 24/7, It's honestly kind of a fear I have, and I don't want to end up like that. But this, thing for me working actually did the opposite. It helped me with so many things in my life. It brought me back into a social life again. It kept me busy. I did start making money, and it brought a lot of good confidence within me, because not too long after that, I started to hang out with friends again from high school, started to make new friends, and I started living in a social life again. Compared to where I was only a couple months ago, it felt like, wow, like, it feels great, it really does feel great. A lot of things, that happened to me mentally, I mentally, grew confident, motivated, determined, a little mature. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm still a goofy, crazy kid, but I'm still, I've grown to good maturity to where I can decide what to do between the right and wrong. And that's really what happened to me during that time until we pretty much go to where I am now. Since I really have nothing else to address for that matter, I guess the next thing I'm going to go ahead and talk about now is what's going to be new in this channel. So overall, relatively, everything is going to be more the same. I'm going to still be making vlogs and reaction videos. That's really what my channel is going to really consist of. It's just going to be, yeah, reactions and vlogs. I want to make more vlogs and reactions usually. If I ever make a reaction video, it's honestly because I haven't thought of an idea yet. Or, you know, I just feel like wanting to do a reaction, you know. They're a little hard to make, but they are fun. When you really try to do like a, I don't know, a try not to laugh, especially with friends, it's really fun to do. But there is another type of series I actually might begin in this channel. It's gonna be pretty much vlogs, but it's gonna be a special type of series where I go tunnel exploring. That's right. I've actually done this a couple of times already. I can show you a few little photos I had. Yeah, I don't know, I've always been into the genre, you know, I've always seen these videos on YouTube and, you know, I like it, you know. Me personally, I'm an adventure type of guy, you know, I just kind of like to go out there, put myself a little bit in danger, and then you come out feeling relieved. It's a thrilling, fun experience for me, and that's going to be something I'm going to start doing in the channel. I'm honestly excited to be back into it, I really am. I'm excited, motivated, you know, I have other things I have other than YouTube that I want to get myself working on. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up, and I'm gonna go ahead and yeah, honestly I kind of forgot to do an outro. I haven't done this for more than 2 years, but I'll go ahead and see you guys later. Peace out.
Baby, won't you bang my line? 'Cause if you bad and broke